Hey, how are you? Good morning. Good morning to you. So let's just dive in. Let me continue where we left off yesterday. I was introducing you to Jesus and giving you a quick summary of how he was born in Bethlehem to Mary, who was a virgin, and he has a foster father, not his biological father, but his foster father called Joseph, who was a carpenter. And basically, we don't have too much details about his early life. We do hear that when he was 12 years old, he went to the temple and he spoke with the wise men and the teachers of the law, and he astounded them with his knowledge of God and religious matters and issues. Then we don't see him until he's 30 years old, and from 30 to 33, we read about his public ministry. We learn more about that as he went around the countryside and different provinces of Rome, and he began to do miracles, feeding thousands of people with loaves of bread and fish, healing the sick, and sometimes driving out demons and raising the dead. He was known as a miracle worker, and if you didn't know, he is God, so he can do things that we cannot do. So his preaching and his teaching was so powerful that people in the religious order were threatened by him. And he was very insistent that he was the Son of God. When people asked him in one way or the other, he would respond that he is the Son of God. Just like, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I think the Father and I are one. Many different quotes like that you read in the Gospels, and I encourage you to read it. If you have not read it, please read the Gospels, the Matthew, Mark, and Luke and John. Those are the four Gospels, the first four books of the New Testament. So we have the New Testament with the Old Testament, and then the New Testament, basically, the first four books are Matthew, Mark, and Luke and John, right? So go read those in between, because everything I'm kind of telling you right now are just summaries of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So the religious leaders were really threatened and really angry at him because he claimed to be God, equal to God, even to be God, the Son of God himself. So this was very perturbing, very very bad for them, right? They really felt threatened and they wanted to kill him. Literally, they wanted him dead. So they were really furious, and so ultimately they brought about his death. Fast forward, spoiler alert, they brought about his death, right? And it was through crucifixion, which means he was nailed to a cross, literally nailed to a cross. And 3 days later, so he died, right? But 3 days later, he rose again. God rose Jesus, his son, from the dead. And this event is celebrated by Christians everywhere around April. Some people know this as Easter. Some people call it like the Good Friday, and then Palm Sunday and Resurrection Sunday. Actually, the Palm Sunday is before when he first entered Jerusalem. So Resurrection Sunday, and he resurrected. So he died on, we celebrated on the Good Friday, and then he resurrects 3 days later. So and then he spent another 40 days on earth. On earth, after he resurrected, he appeared to many hundreds of people, to his disciples, and then ultimately he went back to heaven. After 40 days, he went back to heaven, and then he sent the Holy Spirit down, and we'll get into the Holy Spirit in maybe another video. But basically, his disciples who were afraid and ran away when he was arrested and captured and tortured, whipped, and crucified, they, after, obviously they saw Jesus when he came back, except Judas, the other disciples, and you know they all saw Jesus, and they were their faith was restored, and they were strengthened, and they were bold, and they continued to preach Jesus truly as the Son of God, who God has raised again from the dead. And Jesus went back to heaven in a body form. He didn't just, not spiritually. He physically rose from the dead, and he went back to heaven. So that is basically a quick summary of what happened. And now he is on the right hand of God in heaven, and he's interceding for us so that we can enter heaven as well. And those of us who want to know God can come to know God in our hearts by faith. Right. So I probably I'm gonna wrap it up here. Today's a bit shorter than usual, but that's all right. I mean, I think I got to where I wanted to get to today, and tomorrow is going to be a bit more about the revelation of God, how God has revealed Himself to us, and definitely look forward to that tomorrow. There's a lot more juicy and meaty stuff tomorrow, and I hope you to understand more about what why God sent His Son, and why God is revealing Himself to us through His Son. Like, I've already given you many examples, but I want to get into like greater detail and kind of expand upon what I've already mentioned. So I still encourage you to go read the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the first four books of the New Testament. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.